Good morning. It is time. Today, we're going to have a little bit of tough love, my friend. It's time for you to shift into action. Yesterday, we talked at length about if you're stuck, if you're not able to take that next move, if you're feeling confined or paralyzed by what's happening in our world. We talked about how you can make it through it. But today, I want to talk to you for when it's your go time. It could be that you're going to take these steps today. It could be that you're going to wait another day or two. That's 100% on you. But here's what I know for sure. You are going to make it through this A-okay. You're going to be okay. Your business might look different. What you're selling might look different. Your days might be different, but you're going to be okay. You will survive this. So how do we take that shift into action when it just feels so weird? It feels so odd when the world is in a crisis that we resume work as usual. It's not work as usual. It's now going to be called work as unusual because we're entering into absolutely unknown territory. You are the author right now of your future. You get to decide what your business is going to be looking like. And today I want to talk about the steps that you can be taking so that you are shifting into action. You're doing a disservice to your people if you're freezing and if you're hiding. You're letting them down. You're letting yourself down if you're not allowing yourself to show up as the best version of you. So do yourself a favor and let's start shifting you into a more positive space so that you can be sharing the value that you bring to the world so you can be having an impact on each and every person out there. Step number one, beyond anything else, the very first thing we have to do is take care of your mind. Your brain is your secret weapon to success. I don't care what marketing strategy you have. It doesn't matter what your sales funnel is. It doesn't matter what you're offering. What matters is that your brain is in alignment and serving you so that you can show up to be the best version of you. When we're doing our mind work, you're going to still be feeling all the things that you're feeling. Just because we're choosing to shift into a place of action doesn't mean you're not still going to be feeling scared or fearful or afraid of what might be coming down the pipeline. We just don't know. There's zero certainty. But you know what? There's zero certainty anytime in our life. It's just we've got the magnifying glass on it. Some people will like you, some won't. That hasn't changed. Some people will be offended by your offer, some won't. That hasn't changed. It's all going to work the way it was meant to work. But you got to start with your brain. The very first thing we have to do is shift to a place of gratitude and stop looking at what you don't have anymore. Let's look at what you do have. What is something that you're grateful for? What is something that's going well? What is an asset that you have that other people could benefit from? What do you have? That is the place where we need to be making our decisions so that you're not coming at it from a place of fear where you may make irrational decisions, which in the short term will feel like it's helping you, but in the long term, are really going to harm you. So number one, we've got to leverage, we've got to list out everything that we're grateful for each and every day. And we need that to fuel the thoughts that we're going to leverage that day. There's a practice that Brooke Castillo has taught, which I just think is so brilliant, called bridge thoughts. Here's what that might look like. If you want to attach a thought to your day that's going to fuel how you feel and so the actions that you take, if you want the thought to be, I'm going to thrive and survive this pandemic, but it feels so out of alignment and out of integrity with who you are, and it's really how you're not feeling, you can't fake that to have that be your thought for the day. So let's be practicing things like, I'm going to be practicing stepping out today so that I can thrive. Or I'm open to the process of making an offer to my people. Or I'm going to experiment with some leadership skills today so that I can have an impact. Use a thought that is in integrity with where you are, but a little bit of a stretch and going closer to the thought that it is that you want, because that thought is what's going to absolutely fuel every single action that you take and how you approach your day. And some of you right now are 100% bought into the thought that your business is going to disappear. And for some of you, it has. Some of you have had to close your doors and there is zero income coming in. That's not, I'm not going to debate that. That's a fact. And even if that's happening, there are still ways that you can show up and be a leader for your people. There are still ways that you can figure out how to continue serving in a way that is different. I know how to pay your rent right now is really scary. I get it. And we've got to be trusting this process and just keep moving forward 1 minute at a time. It's okay to be making offers. If we shift to a place of creating value for our people and making what we do relevant to the day-to-day life, because even though we're not seeing it on the news, life is still happening around us. It's okay to be making money right now. In fact, it's really what our economy needs more than anything. I employ people. If I don't make money, a couple things happen. Number one, I can't help support my family. Number two, I can't support the families of people who work for me. And number three, and possibly this is the most important, I can't support you to go and make money for your family, to support your team members so that they can support their team members. This is a ripple effect. You're doing a disservice to yourself if you are still paralyzed. It's time to pivot, and it's time to shift, and it's time to step in and be seen. So number one, we've got to do the mind work. Gratitude, making decisions from a place of what you have, not out of fear, not looking for the short-term fix, but playing the long game. And then we need to focus outwards. I make no secrets about it. One of the reasons I'm doing this live cast every single morning, this is currently being recorded on a Sunday morning, every single morning is because it feels good to do something that may help even one other person. It gets you out of your self-absorbedness and starts helping you see those that are around you. Shift to a place of value. Reconnect to that value that your work brings to the world, because that value is still needed. That value can be made relevant in some way, shape, or form. It's just up to you to fine-tune the messaging so that it is hitting your people exactly where they need to be hit right now. They need to hear you. So you've got to ask yourself a really clear question. Take some time today to write this down so that you can come at it tomorrow with a really clear vision of where you're going to go. How do we keep you relevant? Number one, focus on your value. Write it out. Write out the impact of your work. Number two, really identify what problem that you solve. Number three, who do you solve that problem for? It could be that you need to shift audiences right now. Not everybody can pay you. Not everybody is going to be your client, but that hasn't changed from 2 weeks ago. We just really now need to double down on who is our client, who we can continue serving despite the fact that there is a crisis right now. Then our third thing is just to reposition and be visible. It's time to create connections. Reach out and touch your clients. Don't ask, do you need me to suspend payments right now for you? Ask, how can I double down and help you even more right now? You are likely sitting on an essential service to someone. You are likely sitting on something that someone else is sitting at home wishing that they had. I don't care if it's weight loss jewelry. I don't care if it's photography. I don't care if it's coaching. Coaches, this is your time to double in and shine. This is not the time to be backing away and not serving your people. Don't fall for other people's beliefs that the world is going to end. It's not going to end. It's going to look different, but you are fluid and can adapt and are going to pivot to meet that need. So today, make yourself relevant. What is that message that your people need to hear, and how are you going to be sharing that this week? And what do you have in place Or what offer do you need to put in place where people can invest in themselves so that they can continue being a productive member of our society? You are at the epicenter of our economic growth right now. You have such an advantage right now. People still need you. Stop offering them what you need. You do not have to give it to them for free. Because if you give it to them for free, they're not going to be getting the same results as if they've invested in you. Once they're invested, they can take that investment and make it work for them. And if they are buying if they are buying into you, you can help make them money, which will help their family and them maybe not have to apply for employment insurance right now. One of my goals is to try not to apply for employment insurance so that it is more readily available to other people who need it more. Listen, I'm in a house with two self-employed people. We both run our own companies. Don't think we're not taking a hit. But if I can double down on what it is that I'm doing, people in my program, they're getting double the value they got before. I'm not changing the investment. I'm just giving more because I can. I'm sharing more value. The more value I bring, the more profitable they can be, the more money they're bringing into their household, and they can then continue paying their people. If they continue paying their people, that team can then continue hiring. We have to break the cycle, and it's all going to start with you. And so today, step in, do your mind work, get yourself relevant, reposition yourself. And this week, every single morning, this week at 9:30, we're going to be talking about shifting to being proactive. It's time for us to take the offensive. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking with CJ, who is a phenomenal mindset coach. And we're going to talk about how to really dig into that mindset so that you can keep being in a proactive, ready state to do your work. Don't buy into the hype that you're going down the toilet. Don't buy the story that your whole business will evaporate. Fight and make it what you want. I'm here every step of the day. I'm here every single morning at 9:30. I'm not going anywhere. This content is for you to take what you need and leave what you don't want. Share this with someone who you know would benefit from hearing that early morning kickstart to your day. Some people are using me as the get start to their day so that they've got that positivity to move forward. Don't hide, don't freeze. What is fully in your control right now is your output. It's what it is that you do. It's you fulfilling. Double down and serve your clients even more. Create those connections. You are going to survive this. I will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 with CJ, and we are going to help you get into the right mindset for your week. Have a great day.